Hi there, I'm Paula, and today I'm just gonna jump into this video and get things going. So what I did was buy two of these terracotta saucers, and I'm going to paint them and decorate them to turn them into little trinket dishes. I'm gonna take 6 minutes on one and then 60 minutes on the other to see if all of that extra effort makes a difference. To move along faster, I'm gonna give my first dish a layer of white paint, and I'm just gonna spray paint it, and ta-da, it's dry and ready to paint on. And I'm just gonna go in with my Poscas and start drawing. I thought I would make a cute ice cream design because ice cream is one of my favorite things in the world. And I'm just enjoying this part of the process. I'm just drawing, taking my time with it. I mean, this is a fun little activity you can do. There's really no stress on it, especially because since it's flat, I know I can always just give it another coat of white paint and start over. So here's my ice cream. I decided to add a little bit of a chocolate drizzle, and then I decide to paint the little rim of my saucer just to make it a little bit more interesting. And this still took all under 6 minutes without counting the drying time from the spray paint. But I think it's still pretty fast because if you take it out to the sun and because it's spray paint, it dries pretty fast. So then I add the ice cream's little facial features. I add some little sprinkles, and then I'm calling my illustration done. And what I'm doing to complement my design and to use this little trinket dish as a gift is I'm adding a sweet little phrase to the side of it. And that's it. 6 minutes and my first little trinket dish is done. Love the result of this first one, but I do have to tell you something. I decided to gloss it to protect my paint job, and it wasn't dry yet, so I basically ruined it. You can see right there. But I let that gloss dry, and after it did the next day, I kind of fixed it off camera. You'll see at the end. And before we get too upset about that, let's jump into the second dish. For this one, I decided to make it a little bit more complicated by using air dry clay. I know, again, if you want to see me struggle with this medium a lot, you can always subscribe to see what I try next. Okay, so what I decided to do is to sand the little saucer so I'll have a better chance of the air dry clay to stick to it. And as you can see, I got a little nervous about the design, so I took my sketchbook out and I just, needed to draw it before I started modeling it. Okay, so I grabbed my clay, the last of it that I have now here in the studio, and it's a little bit dry, but I'm working with it, and I'm starting to mold my little ice cream. I decided to use the packaging of the clay to mold on because I don't want to ruin my work surface just now, like I do on every single video. So I have my ball around the styrofoam ball, my ice cream ball, and then I add the cone, and I'm just testing and moving, and I do grab my tools. I was forgetting about those, so I make sure that the cone and the ice cream will stick, and I just keep modeling and modeling it until I'm happy enough with it, which after 25 minutes I am. So I leave it there, and what I decide to do is make even more sure that this ice cream does stick to the terracotta saucer, and I bring out my glue gun. I decided I might as well use it at the beginning because if you've seen my videos, I almost always end up gluing something that falls. So let's hope for the best on this one. Once I glued my ice cream to its surface, I did wet the clay a little bit more and work with my tools to give more detail and also to merge the clay with the terracotta base. And that was it. I left it to dry for 24 hours, and of course we have cracks. But I fear not, because now I've discovered modeling paste and I know this is an easy fix. So I just generously add this concoction to my creation and cover all of those little happy accidents that I created. Modeling paste is dry, and because I did spend like 35 minutes in total with the modeling, I spray paint this dish too in the name of speed. So I give it a layer of white, and then I just go ahead and paint my whole ice cream pink, that ice cream cone a really nice cone tone. I decide to make it match to the other ditch. I can't even talk. What I actually decided is for them to match, so I paint the rim of this dish. And then I just add a little bit of sprinkles, some highlights, and voila. Here are my two results, which I actually waited for them to dry and sprayed a coat of varnish on top of them. And this is how they look at the end. Let me put some jewelry on them so you could get a better idea of how they look. And tell me what you think. Was it worth it, the extra time for a gift? Would you rather one, or either would make a nice gift? Let me know if you think we should spend 6 or 60 minutes on crafts, because I tend to spend 60 minutes and overcomplicate things. That's it from me today, and I hope you liked this video, and if you do, don't forget to boop that like button. Have a wonderful week. Bye!